Hi, Efo. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to your second lesson in social studies this week. We continue learning geography and focusing on the amazing Americas. So if you can just take 1 minute and remember what we learned in the previous lesson. So in the previous lesson, we focused on continents and especially the Americas, which is North and South America. So I hope you do remember some of the countries of North and South America that we were trying to find on the map activity, in the map activity last week. And I also hope you remember what a continent is. A continent is a landmass made of countries. So once you know this and remember this, you are ready for this lesson. So as I said in this lesson, again, we are going to focus on the amazing Americas, but also we're going to focus on kind of using geography vocabulary, okay, and how to use it. Right, so our learning objective for this class is you can use geographical terminology. You might be wondering what is geographical terminology. Basically, it's vocabulary or words that we use in geography, okay, or special vocabulary that we use for geography or in geography. So you will have to be able to use these words to describe the location of different places across the Americas. All right, in this lesson, to be successful, you will have to explain or will have to be able to explain the meaning of key vocabulary relating to geographical location. All right, okay. Now, let's take a look at these. Latitude and longitude. We had a lot of lessons on that. I do hope that you remember something. I hope you remember which lines are the lines of latitude, which ones are the lines of longitude. I hope you can activate your brains and do this with me. So latitude are the lines across, which are these lines. And then we have longitude lines over, LO, which are these lines that go down over. All right, so the question is, what do the lines of latitude and longitude tell us? You can pause this video, think about it for a minute, and I'm really hoping you remember that lines of latitude and longitude tell us where different places are on the map. They give us the exact location of a place, you remember? So there is a question on the bottom. Which lines of latitude and longitude do North and South America cross? Well, if we look at it, North America and South America cross Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn, but not the Antarctic Circle. So nearly all the important lines of latitude run across the Americas, except for the last one, which is the Antarctic Circle. And then there is another question. Will the places in each landmass look the same? Why and why not? So will all the places, so for example, the places that lay on the Tropic of Cancer, will they be the same as places that lay on the Arctic Circle? Well, I do hope you remember climate zones and how the location of a place affects its weather and climate in general. So these places will definitely not be the same. The places where the Arctic Circle crosses will have very cold weather, whereas the Tropic of Cancer, the places on the Tropic of Cancer will have tropical, hot, humid weather. However, the places that lay on the Tropic of Cancer and then the places that lay on the Tropic of Capricorn, these are the tropics, will have a pretty similar weather, the same as places where the Arctic Circle is and Antarctic Circle is. They will have very similar weather. So they can be different and they can be the same at the same time. However, depending on where they lay on the map. Okay. Right, So which ACP did we use for this activity, and which ACP will we continue using for this activity where we talk about lines of latitude and longitude? I hope you all thought about linking and connection finding. So basically, we are using that knowledge that we had already acquired in our previous social studies geography lessons, and we're just trying to use that knowledge to make some statements about lines of latitude and longitude. All right, more lines of latitude and longitude. What are the features of different climate zones? If you remember, the places between the tropics were called the tropics. Then the places around Antarctic and Arctic Circle were called the polar zones. Then we had a subpolar zone, and then we had a temperate zone as well. So do you remember what impact the climate zones have on a place? If you could maybe pause for a minute, and if you could talk maybe to your mom, to your dad, or your sibling about the impact the climate zone has on a place. I'm going to talk about a few. I hope you at least got a couple of them and remember a couple of them. I hope you remember that depending on the climate zone will very much influence the weather in a place. Polar zones will have extremely cold weather. Tropical zones will have hot and humid weather. What else does it affect? The weather will affect other things. Polar zones will have very little plants and animals, whereas the tropics will have loads of plants because it's humid, so they have enough sun, the plants will have enough sun and enough water and enough humidity to grow and prosper. Also, it will affect what kind of fruits and vegetables and animals we will find. Of course, a seal will live very close to the polar zones, as well as penguins, but penguins will not be found in temperate or tropical zones. Also, you can grow bananas, mangoes, and pineapples in the tropics, but not in the temperate zones. I hope this rings the bell. We had this both in social studies and UAE social studies before. Anyway, just to remind you, I don't suppose everyone remembers the exact latitude degrees where these lines of latitude lay. However, I do hope you remember some of them at least. So we have number 1, Antarctic Circle, which is this one on the bottom. It's in the southernmost part of the Earth, and it circles the the South Pole at 66.5 degrees south. Next one, Arctic Circle on top. Again, it's an imaginary line around the northernmost part of the Earth, circles the North Pole at 66.5 degrees north. All right, then we have Tropic of Capricorn, which is here. We're missing the little arrow, which should be pretty much pointing somewhere here. It lies at 23.5 degrees south. And then we have the equator. I do hope everyone remembers the equator, that it's 0 degrees either north or south. And the last one is a Tropic of Cancer, which is here, 23.5 degrees north. And it's an imaginary line. Okay, so this is a little recap, okay? Now, you will have a task, okay? Actually, in this task, you will be doing 2 things. Guys, I need you to pay attention now because I need you to do this activity correctly. Right, number 1, you will have to search for a specific vocabulary that you will find on the bottom of your sheet. Okay, that's task number 1. Number 2, you will copy these words into your notebook. You will find the definitions and also write it in your notebook. You will take a picture of both your word search and the definitions of your words. How is that going to work? Let me show you. Right, before we start, which ACP would I use for this particular activity? Well, Not surprisingly, it's going to be analyzing. It's going to be, again, multi-step and problem solving. You have a task and you will choose the steps in order to be successful in this task. You will know what to do. You will make your own plan and solve this task. All right, so you will have this worksheet. On the bottom, you have these words: map, globe, southern, northern hemisphere, equator, tropic, Cancer, Capricorn, north, south pole. So from these words, okay, once you found them, now you will have to define the word map, globe. Guys, you don't have to define the word southern. You have to put the word southern together with hemisphere. So southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere, equator, tropic of Cancer, tropic of Capricorn, north pole, south pole. So how is that going to look? So I'm going to open a Word document. So let's say this is your notebook, okay? You will be doing this in your notebooks. I am just showing you in a Word document now, okay? Just to show you the expectations, okay? So you are doing this in your notebook, okay? Not in Word document. So once you found your words, okay, so in your notebook you will write map, and then you can go onto Google and find the meaning of the word map. What is a map? What is the definition? Define it, okay? Then the next word should be globe. Globe. Okay, globe, you will find and write the definition. Northern, southern hemisphere. You will write a definition. What is northern and southern hemisphere? Then north, south pole, definition or meaning of what is north and south pole. And then it was tropic of Cancer, tropic of Capricorn, okay? So don't forget each one of these words, okay? There's more words there. I didn't write all of them here. Don't forget to write the definition. For example, tropic of Cancer, I would write it is an imaginary line that lays at tropic of Cancer 23, is it 23.5 degrees, degree sign, okay, north on planet Earth, on the globe. You will have to find, write down, and define all of these words. Please don't just submit like your word search, how you found the words. That's incomplete work. You need to write those definitions, take a picture of both in one picture, and upload on ClassDojo. All right, the last task to do, of course, lesson reflection. Please, if you can, print this out, stick it in your notebooks, and please color accordingly. All right, so this is the lesson for today. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you remembered a lot about lines of latitude and longitude. And next week we continue with more geography stuff and the Americas. All right, thank you and see you soon.